Good afternoon. Hey, this is Bill Prosser. I'm your program director at the George Fox Nurse Anesthesia Program. And again, I am recording this to welcome you to our program. And in communication with Ty, we've received a bunch of questions that I'm going to try and address because even if you haven't asked the question, I'm pretty sure that it's something that's top of mind for you. And we've got a collection of things that people have asked, and I'm going to try and answer them for Ty to get this out to you and allay some of your anxiety. I realize it's not all of it. And I want you to know that I'm coming from a mock-up of the beautiful George Fox University campus, and figured that the Hawaiian theme was just going to be a little over the top for you. So anyway, let me just jump into this and answer some of these questions. And I'm hoping that I'll actually be able to do a live session with Aaron Whitley, our assistant program director, and anybody that's interested within the next couple of weeks. So here we go. There have been a couple of questions wondering about the status of our accreditation and what might happen if the accreditation doesn't happen and when we'll know and all that sort of stuff. So here's what we know right now. Yesterday, I just sent responses to the Council on Accreditation regarding the three very minor issues that they found during our site visit. Don't expect that that's going to be a problem. Overall, I don't expect we're going to have any problems with accreditation at all. And I did speak to our accreditation specialist at the Assembly of Didactic and Clinical Educators meeting last week, and she's very happy with where things are. So I don't think that that would be a problem, which then obviates the next question. What would you be able to start DNP courses if we weren't accredited? Um, I think you would. I don't think that would be helpful, but I don't think that's really going to be an issue. So that's about all I want to say about that. We should hear. So the way that the Council on Accreditation does things is that we get everything submitted, and our deadline for completed submission is the end of March, and they then have a council meeting starting really the second week of May and will have made their decisions by the end of May. Again, I don't think that's going to be an issue for us, but they'll let us know informally at the end of May, and then we will let all of you know formally in the beginning of June. And whether that's the first or the beginning of the second week in June is really largely dependent on the council. But I don't think that's going to be an issue. And then once we have been accredited, then we will send out formal acceptance letters and start to interface with you on a more official level. Um, as far as questions about the academic calendar, we don't really have time to follow the standard George Fox academic calendar. So we've just got too much content to give you all. So I don't think that's going to be an issue. What I can tell you right now is that we're planning on starting August 25th. And depending as we add and take away elements of our curriculum or enhance various areas of content, the year will kind of stretch and contract until we get it into its final form. I would plan on there'll be time off between each semester, varying between a week and several weeks. And so if you have any exciting plans, I would make them during between the semesters, and know that you're really committing to a 3-year educational adventure that is going to really take you to where you want to be. So I realize that it's not as convenient as everyone would want and as perfect as everyone would want. We're going to try and really make this work as well as we can for everybody while satisfying all the requirements that you need to sit for your boards and be a successful CRNA. There was a question about Apex membership, And what we would like to do, and so yes, Apex will be part of your course fees, and we are able to get a substantial discount by doing it that way for you. Um, I would ask that you don't get too excited about trying to delve into the Apex content until we've asked you to do so, because it's statistically shown that it won't help your performance to do that and may actually degrade your performance. Next set of questions.
Mhm.
So, so there are people that want to know where their clinical rotations or residencies are going to be located. And right now we have about 21 sites throughout Oregon, and we will assign people to those based on, first and foremost, the need to get their reference cases out of the way. Secondly, preferences or potential for developing a better relationship with the facility for maybe after the program. And thirdly, we will consider convenience, but that's not going to be a high priority. I can't really share the list of sites that we'll partner with because that's going to change as time goes on. Um, as far as what can you be doing now to prepare, I had told a couple of people that getting Miller's Basics of Anesthesia was a good place to start. But after further conversations with my assistant program director and some other folks who have built very successful programs, we think that buying John Nagelhout's anesthesia book would, and reading, if you can read it cover to cover twice before we start, that would be awesome. But that would be a very heavy lift. And I think that it would be worthwhile to start to just familiarize yourself with where you're going to be going in the next few years. Um, and then really, I can't encourage everybody strongly enough to maybe get into Khan Academy and just start looking at like calculations for nursing, calculations for drugs, proportionality, statistics, just kind of whatever you can do to get your mind back into the format of doing formal calculations and being able to work as much of that in your head as you can. We're going to offer a couple of guides as part of the curriculum, but this would also be very helpful for you. I think for today, that's about all I've got for you. And I'm really looking forward to helping you make this transition in your career and in your professional life. And as I say, we're going to arrange for a real-time question and answer probably in the next couple, 3 weeks at the most. Again, thank you and welcome. And I look forward to meeting each and every one of you.